Hey guys, it is a CapCorgi. I hope you guys are doing really well. I am officially back. I've been taking care of my dad for a few weeks, and he's doing good. So thank you guys for the well wishes for my dad's health. I appreciate that a lot. I'm back as of today, and I'm back to some weird news. Of course, my first day back, on Twitch and on making YouTube videos pretty much every single night again and everything, it has to be a weird one. It is every time somehow I come back at the weirdest events. And today I came back to Twitch had the weird I can't even say this without laughing. Twitch hit a milestone where for the first time ever, at least to my knowledge, and I think it's widely considered to be the first time ever, the person gave birth on stream live. So let's get into it because I feel like I'm in a Black Mirror episode. This is insane. Oh god. All right, so what happened was I saw this little post last night actually. Twitch live streamer Fandy is currently live streaming while giving birth to her child, and even Twitch CEO Dan Clancy, for anyone who doesn't know who Twitch CEOs is, that is a Twitch CEO, popped into her chat to congratulate her. First of all, how the fuck is this happening? Like, what is going on in the world today that this is like a now a normal thing? Second of all, is this against TOS? Like, I have to ask. This is insane. This is not a situation where, it's a baby being born is like a pretty major medical procedure. Like, this is, you go to the hospital for this. You a lot of times need pain management for this. You need, perhaps medical assistant by a trained surgeon for a C-section, if the need arises, or such things. Like, these are the things that can happen. God forbid a complication could happen with the baby, and something happens and they need to operate or something of that nature. And thankfully none of those things happened, and no medical attention was needed. But this entire situation was an 8-hour exercise of absolute insanity. And so Fandy, she's one of the largest content creators on Twitch, unfortunately. And I will say this openly, I think that this is abhorrent. I think that, forcing a baby to, their first moments on Earth is to a screaming Twitch chat that are spamming W and poggers and W birth and, +1 baby and much worse things about, people in their Twitch chat were talking about, oh, can I buy your placenta? Can I buy your breast milk? Things like that. I'm not even kidding. Of course, when I saw this, I had to, at least see if it was real. It was real. And it lasted for 8 hours until the birth happened, and then they didn't even end there. Like, it went on. It went on and on and on. And so the first moments of this baby's life is captured on camera without the baby's consent by any means whatsoever. It's kind of insane that this baby and this entire birth has been used for clout chasing and views and subs, because that's what Fandy did. She got 100,000 concurrent viewers. This was their going live post. This is what Fandy looks like. To no one's surprise, someone this attention seeking, someone who is this big of, I'll just say it, an attention whore. Shocker that they're the button that keeps jumping up and down is their OnlyFans. Wow, who could have guessed? Who could have seen this crazy turn of events? Wow, they have a Fansly as well. Wow, okay, there you go. This did happen. It was it was in the, I didn't realize this. It was in the World of Warcraft registry. So she was originally a World of Warcraft streamer. Obviously, that's not what she does anymore. And so it was a 8-hour and 34-minute stream of her giving birth, of literally her giving birth. The first few hours, apparently, I'll link this in the description below if you want to catch the details. I read the Polygon article, and it was like, you know, actually a pretty good article in terms of, like, you know, they're basically talking about how freaking dystopian this is. I'm not going to show the baby, the above pictures of the baby. I'm not going to, you know, showcase them for clout. I'm sorry. But I want to just talk about how insane the situation is, how pathetic this situation is, and kind of what happened. But this article is very good. It talks about, you know, very much like the risks of trying to give birth in a house setting. And this happens, you know, there's midwives and everything. She had 2 midwives with her. But you know, those aren't trained doctors. Those aren't people that can do surgery in an emergency, you know, and they don't have specialized medical equipment. You know, we could have seen the first live death of a baby on Twitch. That could have been this article. That could have been what this article said 24 hours later. Thank God that didn't happen. I'm very glad that that poor child is born safely. But this is just an insane situation. And the worst part is, this sets a precedence. This shows every other attention-seeking psychopath who is parasocial as hell that in order to get 100,000 views, get pregnant and give birth live on stream. And if you think this cannot happen, if you think this won't happen, you guys haven't been paying attention to Twitch. I have been on Twitch for 6 years. In that 6 years, I made lovely friends. I focused on gaming content. Lots of gaming buddies of, you know, every single type. Every single game type, every single genre, multiplayer, single player, RPG, blah, 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 all of that stuff. That's my focus. That's what I talk about, and that's what I play, and that's what I enjoy. I try to stay out of the drama as much as possible unless something insane like this happens. And when it does, I try to give proper pushback, talking about the dangers of social media. And as you can tell, I'm a little bit of an older guy compared to most Twitch people. Most people on Twitch are, you know, sub 24. I would say, like, you know, under the age of 24. And I'm well above that. So maybe I'm just an unk, as is considered. Maybe I'm just too old for this shit in terms of the Twitch drama. But I remember when Twitch was almost all gaming. And I've been watching Twitch far longer than I was, streaming on Twitch. And I remember when it was focused on video games. I remember when it was focused on gaming discussions and not giving live birth on stream. And other just, you know, insane one-upmanship. Over the past few years, I want to remind you guys, we have seen the hot tub meta rise. We have seen OnlyFans streamers, I'll just call them what they are, they're OnlyFans streamers, that try to one-up each other with crazier and crazier stunts in order to get those almighty dollars and almighty views and almighty clout on social media and especially on Twitch, doing things like projecting video games onto their bare buttocks, you know, basically wearing no clothes and just having a black bar of censorship over them. I've covered some of those situations. You can look back in my YouTube videos. And worse, even worse than that. We've seen way worse than that. You know, YouTube is not absolved of this either. If you can find some crazy crap on YouTube. You know, we've seen, you know, freaking suicides on YouTube as well. Like, you know, we've seen that kind of thing on YouTube as well. With, you know, the most, one of the most popular content creators being caught up in that entire situation. With the brothers, I forgot. Logan Paul, that's right. Yeah, my brain forgot his name. Logan Paul, you know, showcasing the other side of one of the worst situations and one of the most raw human situations, human moments that could possibly be captured, was captured. And it shouldn't have been because, you know, he faced a lot of flack for that. But for some reason, the exact opposite is happening here. And the reason I think that this is going to happen more and more often is because of the reaction that we've seen to the live birth given by Fandy and her poor newborn baby, and a whole bunch of other people just clout chasing and everything. She had apparently her real life friends, so-called real life friends over there, and all these people right now that this is a little still of them actually giving birth, which is wild. She didn't give birth here. She gave birth in this inflatable tub and everything. So obviously I'm not showing that entire situation. But this is the preparation and everything. They're trying to get her into position, and we're holding your hand, blah blah. And before this, they're literally just pulling out their phones. They're taking pictures. They're checking Instagram. You can see this little TV with Twitch chat in the background. Fandy had her phone out. She was responding to chat. They're, trying to figure out names, and, she's, God, it was, like I said, an episode of Black Mirror. I have seen worse and more comforting, better and more comforting episodes of Black Mirror than I saw on Twitch live, which is a really, really crappy situation. And this is, again, fully endorsed by CEO of Twitch, Dan Clancy. Twitch has been in a lot of hot water recently, and in fact, this is weird, because not 24 hours after this event, as in, this event happened last night, late last night, about, I think, 10, 12 hours later, Dan Clancy, I've not looked at the results of this, but Dan Clancy, along with the CEO of Reddit, along with the CEO of YouTube, and Discord, I think it's YouTube. I don't know if YouTube, but definitely Discord, Reddit, and Twitch were all forced to be on Capitol Hill, and had to give an entire discussion and statement and testifying to Congress in about extremism on all these platforms. And so Twitch CEO Dan Clancy showing up to this thing, giving his okay to this entire situation, is especially wild. Considering what he had to do in just a few hours after this entire little debacle. I am absolutely appalled by this. People were spamming push. Oh God, it was insane. Yeah, the article had some great little snippets that they caught from the Twitch chat. Time to backseat a birth, as I'm I'm an expert as a Twitch chatter. Character creation real time. That one's kind of silly. Shouldn't this be a hot tub stream? Has chat voted on a name yet? If you're selling milk, I'm buying. There was definitely many statements made about the placenta, because she removed that live on stream as well, which is horrific. So, great. Baby, if you can hear this, I want you to subconsciously remember this word, poggers. Poggers is slang used on Twitch, which is kind of supposed to be oh, cool kind of thing, but an exclamation. And, but this kind of shows, especially this one, how crazy it is that this baby is going to look back. The little dude's going to watch his own birthing VOD in 15 years. He's going to grow up. I don't know if the kid was a boy or girl. I have no clue. The baby's going to grow up and know that their most first moments was recorded live on a social media site, so their fucking attention whore mom could get clout and money and views. And she did. She got many. She got over 100,000 current viewers. She got 5,000 new followers on Twitch, millions of impressions on social media, on Twitter, and so on and so forth. This one post by her, the going live post, was 382,000 views. 382,000. The later on posts about the follow-up and everything like that. Oh, what a sweet picture, except it's used for clout and social media clout chasing. 78,000 impressions, and so on and so forth. It gets absolutely insane. And then she has an entire little post here. I live streamed my birth to my community, and I've been streaming for 10 years. I'm very grateful for the people who could tune in. She's trying to basically say oh, I didn't do anything crazy, and it is crazy. I didn't do it for the money. she did. Absolutely. Oh, I didn't make sub goals. It doesn't matter. You went live. This is absolutely true. She won't even admit it. She won't even admit it. It is absolutely insane. I cannot even imagine the level of narcissism it would take. She had a fancy banner during her childbirth. I mean, not only is it on here, but like the fancy banner during her childbirth. This is crazy, man. Am I the weird one here? Like, am I the person that is like too out of touch? Is this normal now? Like, is this kind of thing going to be the new norm? I really hope it isn't. I really hope it isn't. But this is the problem. This is the thing that worries me right here. Someone like this, Liquid Aya, literally staying up late to watch someone live stream their birth, spamming lock in and push. You know what? Hell yeah. What we have here is a prime example of an epidemic of Yas Queen. The Yas Queen has had way too much given to them and way too little pushback. I think that Yas Queening something insane like this will only lead to infinitely more of this. I think this is everything wrong with social media. I think this is everything wrong with parasocialism. I think this is everything wrong with the online world being the end-all be-all of what everyone cares about. And I really do think that this is a terrible situation, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I can't even really pull it into words. Like, imagine you're growing up, you go to school, you're this baby, you're going to kindergarten for the first time. And, you know, as soon as he or she walks into kindergarten for the first time, everyone points out. Maybe not in kindergarten, maybe like first, second grade, third grade. That's when the claws come out for little kids. That's when they start to really become little assholes a lot of times. Imagine that those kids basically say, "Oh, I saw you be born. Oh, there goes little poggers over there." You know, all these mocking languages. "Oh, man, your mom. Oh, wow, look at your mom. I saw her give birth to you." All kinds of crazy shit. Like, I can't even imagine, man. I can't even imagine. Yeah, I can't even also imagine what this will be like for the kid growing up. If this mom and the dad are this out of touch and have this lack of privacy and have this thirst for clout and thirst for money and social media attention, what else will they do? What else will they televise? What else will everyone else televise to try to compete with them that want to compete with them? It will, you know, will we see the first murder on stream? Will we see the first, hate crime on stream made for Twitch subs or something like that? Like, you know, I'm just throwing out ideas here. Like, genuinely, like, you know, these could be proper ideas for any of these people that are trying to be as big of attention whores as possible. Because it looks like nothing else is sacred. So, you know, I genuinely feel like every single moment of this kid will be used as a prop to get social media points and clout and subs. You know, I can imagine a 3-month or 6-month or year birthday sub anniversary, or a subathon. We call it a subathon on Twitch, except it's for the baby. A baby who has no control over any of the situation. This poor child is cooked from day one. They've been born into the hands of two of the most clout-chasing freaks of all time, who thought that this was not even an okay thing to do. This was a good idea. That is what they thought. They thought this was a good idea enough to actually do it. Anyways, that's my entire rant. I kind of just wanted to talk about this. This is a warm welcome back for me, back onto Twitch, after taking care of my dad for a couple of weeks. And, I can't imagine a weirder thing to come back to. Content creator since 2015, and she outdid herself, truly. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean that in the worst way possible. It's just weird. It's just a weird thing. And I genuinely think that this is just going to lead to worse and worse and worse, because in my 6 years on Twitch, it has always led to worse and worse and worse, until a mod or something like that of the website steps in and actually enforces their TOS to not show sensitive material, to not show, nudity, to not show potentially harmful situations. That is a very important part of the Twitch TOS. Actually, let me see if I can find it. TOS Twitch. I just wanted... it's just a video about it. Here it is. Community guidelines. I want to see if, this would fall under the TOS. Because I kind of think it would. Self-destructive behavior. This wasn't exactly self-harm, but this was very much activity that could endanger your life. A birth can endanger your life. Any complication, any number of complications could happen. Any content or activity that endangers youth. She's endangering her unborn at the time baby. Absolutely. I think those two very much are areas where you could say that this is a really, a potentially horrific thing that definitely goes against TOS. I would say that. Now, it's not my job to figure this out or anything. It's Twitch's job. This was viewed by the CEO of Twitch, so I think they're just gonna brush it under the rug, because Dan Clancy has done that with so many other things. He's basically put a check mark on many examples of hate speech, many examples of anti-Semitism, to the point that ad revenue has dropped on Twitch by half, if not more. Basically, so many large advertisers have pulled out of Twitch because of the crazy shit this platform allows to have on this platform. Even though it goes against their TOS, they don't enforce their TOS. I think that this is just yet another example. And I really do know that if this type of thing continues, if this type of breach of Twitch's own TOS continues, Amazon at some point will pull the plug on this platform that I love, and I don't want to see that happen. And I genuinely think it could, and I think it probably is far more likely to happen than a lot of people think. It wasn't so long ago that, I was talking about the anti-Semitism and stuff that happens on Twitch by the largest content creators on Twitch. There's several of them that are super anti-Semitic. And racist in general, and so on and so forth, hate speech, pro-terrorist, all kinds of crazy shit. It wasn't so very long ago that because of those things, I think it was only 4 or 5 months ago, where Twitch advertisers pulled out in droves, and I'm talking about the largest Twitch advertisers. And basically the revenue, which had been expected to be half of the revenue earned by Twitch, was supposed to be through advertising, is now dropped to less than a third. That is how drastic the drop has been for advertising on Twitch. And it's not because of streaming. It's not because of the number of streamers, sorry. And it's not because of the number of ads. As a Twitch streamer, we're forced to run ads literally, 3-4 minutes of ads an hour. And we have to. If not, the pre-roll ads run by themselves. The mid-roll ads will run whether we have control over it or not as streamers. And so, we're running the same amount of ads, but because there are far fewer advertisers and far less valuable advertisers, the ad revenue has gone down by at least 100%. 50%. So, yeah, I think it's a very bad sign. And I think the more that this happens, the more likely, because Twitch is owned by Amazon, one of the largest and attempting to be brand safe companies in the entire world, if Twitch becomes a really major brand risk, I can't see a world where Amazon doesn't pull the plug on this platform. which would make me very sad because I love Twitch. I've been on here for 6 years. I've grinded. I've given so much of my time to this hobby that I'm hoping to turn into, you know, a full-time gig someday, making YouTube videos for you guys, making Twitch streams, gaming content, good fun stuff. You know, a hobby that we all enjoy, gaming. And I can't imagine Twitch will allow a brand risk to be that visible, because it's one of the most visible forms of a brand risk. It's not just a tweet that you're doing. It's not just a video that you've made on YouTube that can be taken off or scrubbed or whatever, which happens on the regular. And those things already get platforms canceled, people canceled, companies canceled, so on and so forth. This is a live stream, and those memories are kind of forever. It's a weird situation. I just want to talk about the implications, what was going to happen. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this situation is okay? Do you think it's time to yas Queen Fandy, and her, you know, her husband, who allowed this to happen and encouraged it and basically forced the situation to document their baby before and during their birth? Do you think that's okay? Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think we'll see more or less of this kind of stuff? Does this feel normal to you, or does it, like I said, feel like a Black Mirror episode? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I got plenty more of awesome, fun gaming news, so if you want to keep an eye out, make sure to catch those videos. Very, very soon, I'll be putting up videos on some really cool upcoming indie games. I'll be coming up with some great discussion videos on the state of the gaming world, you know, various closures of companies, various sellings of companies like EA, you know, Xbox and Microsoft shitting the bed yet again. Plenty of great stuff to come. Way more interesting than fucking the most idiotic, stupid people becoming more and more famous for being stupid. We've seen this with so many other events on Twitch, and I usually don't cover them, but this one was just so crazy, I couldn't resist. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys did. And give this video a like, give it a sub, share it with your friends. You know, give me some of your discussion. I would love to respond to your comments. And I'll catch you guys in the next video with hopefully infinitely better and more interesting and more gaming related news than this psychoses.